Okay, so there will be a warning in this. Warning, there is sexual assault, so please, if you get triggered by this, please do not listen. But anyways, let's get on. Your attempts to free yourself from Muzan's grasp are getting more desperate. Stay still, he spoke out in a threatening tone. Muzan found you squirming, trembling, and whimpering. So fucking adorable. More. Show him more of that reaction. Show him more of your pitiful stunts. There is nothing compared to the effort you have on me, Muzan thought. The impact you had on him, his feelings. He wouldn't even think he'd be able to feel this. You were the best thing to ever happen to him in his life. Because to him, everything is a goddamn cycle. And you broke it. Everything repeats. Everything is boring. And you're you. Someone different. Someone who had an impact on his boring routine. To think he's going to let you go? Let you go back to your world? No. Never. He will never, ever let you go. Do you think you can just freely leave? After what you had done to him? The audacity of you thinking you can just leave. Muzan's grit. You grinds his length on you, making him could feel his length. Your body trembled in fear as you whimpered. Stop! You were cut off by him placing a kiss on your pretty little neck. Oh, little lamb, you really thought you were so smart, so slick, ignoring me, and not calling out my name when I fucking told you to. He didn't bother hiding his threatening tone. You really want to... you really want to be punished, don't you? You stupid fucking lamb, he added. No, stop. If you... You were cut off again as you felt his fingers slip inside the waistband of your pants. The feeling of fear, disgust, was overwhelming. You couldn't even notice your injured leg screaming in pain, as it wasn't fully healed yet. You know, I always wondered what your pretty underwear would look like. He was cut off by someone. Ian and Sir Muzan? It was a familiar voice. Ah, Sabito. As soon as Muzan said that name, you felt your nerves calm down a little, even if you couldn't see his face, as he was behind the two of you. What are you doing? He suddenly asked. Well, Yin here is being clumsy. Her leg wasn't fully healed, so I was only helping her up. Right, Yin? He asked. You didn't reply. Yin, you promised to go try the ramen stand with me, right? Come on, before there are more people. Sabito spoke. You didn't plan anything with him, but Muzan slowly lets you go. You're a lucky little lamb, he whispered, but you ignored it as you walked towards Sabito, also ignoring the pain in your leg. Take good care of her. Muzan gave Sabito a fake smile before leaving Sabito. Sabito watched as he left. He never turned around to face me, Sabito thought. He let out a gasp as he saw you trembling. Yin, he stuttered as you cut him off. I'm just cold. No worries, you reassured him. No, you aren't, he thought. He then removed his jacket and gave it to you. You slowly looked up to see his face. He gave you a warm smile. Sabito, he mumbled. Think you were cut off by him. Your eyes widened as he hugged you. You felt the vibrations of his chest as he chuckles. Don't worry, I'm just warming you up, he told you. You grit your teeth, trying to stop the tears from slipping. Thanks, Sabito, he mumbled as you wrapped your arms around him too. You were thankful for Sabito comforting you. You deserve this hug, this comfort. Since there was nothing but silence, the two of you didn't even know how long you had been in each other's arms. The two of you enjoyed each other's warmth. It finally started, huh? Sabito thought as he let out a painful facial expression. He made sure you can see as he dug his face at the crook of your neck. Boom, boom. It was fireworks. He looked in the direction where the people were cheering. Huh? He mumbled. Happy New Year's, Yin. Sabito spoke out. He turned to him. Oh yeah, Happy New Year's, he replied as the two of you separated. You both stood next to each other, watching the fireworks. Sabito would sneak glances at you. He is overjoyed. You did spend your New Year's with him. Next chapter. Sorry, I'm just making sure there's no warnings. Okay, no warnings. Tanjiro's POV, flashback. Wake up, Yen, I whisper. She then let out a groan as she looked up at me. Oh, thank God you are up. It's almost time for the class, you know, I added. Oh, right. Thank you for informing me, she replied. After a moment, Muzan entered the classroom. I glanced at Yen. She's targeting Muzan now, huh? Last time it was Giyu. Is she trying to get all the endings? Well, whatever, she's already got my ending, so I can just live peacefully. But it's just so boring. It's driving me insane. It's the same every day, just the same cycle. Everything repeats. When she gets her ending, her degree, it's always the same. The events, it's always the same. The same. Nothing changes. Nothing ever changes. I'm always forced to live through these repeat events. I glanced at Muzan. I'm sure they're tired of this too. I let out a small sigh. My eyes widened as what felt like an earthquake sucked up our world. What? I was cut off by my surroundings changing and Muzan disappearing at the front of the class. Oh, the world's just restarting. But why? Whatever. I'll just do my task, I guess. I have to wake her up again. I glanced at her sleeping form. Yen, I called out her voice. Wake up, Yen, I added. Her eyes shot open as she stared at me. I was a little taken back. That's not in one of the options. Tanjiro? She called out my name. That's weird. That also didn't have an option. Yes. I spoke out and smiled at her. As soon as she replied, she turned pale, as if she had realized something. She looked like she was having an existential crisis. Ian, did you see a ghost? You look pale, I asked. No, sorry. I'm just thinking about a lot of things, she replied. I stared at her. Her actions were so different than normal. Muzan soon entered the classroom. Good morning, everyone. He spoke out. Everyone got up except Yen. She quickly got up. I could tell that she was embarrassed. Good morning, Sensei. We all spoke out in unison. I took one more glance at her. This isn't Yen. Why is she different? Every day is just repeating events with different dialogue, but hers. Yen, her dialogue, it's unscripted. I thought it was something at first, but not that I've put her up to a test and there's something different about her. She seems to have a mature aura right now. Does it hurt? She asked as she treated my wound from the sword fighting club. Not at all, I replied. She let out a small smile. That's good, she said. My eyes widened and I slightly blushed. Wait, why am I blushing? She's just acting so different from what I'm used to seeing. Flashback end. P.S. It was like the first episode, so yeah, hee. I stared at my collection of stolen photos of Yen. That has been put up on the wall, Yen. I know what you and that Blake are trying to achieve. You want to escape, but I can't let that happen. You've got to stay here. Stay with me, with Nezuko, this world. You're just confused. You just don't know how to properly convict your feelings yet. Don't worry, Yen. Once I have you, you want to stay here. Forever. I stared. Second person's POV. You sobbed in Ichi's arms. He didn't bother saying anything. You didn't mind if he didn't say anything. That's important, is that he's here, by your side. You then calmed down a little, slowly pulling him away as he said something. What happened, Yen? He asked you. You looked away and gave him a pained expression as you fiddled with your thumbs. Someone, he touched me at the park. You managed to spill out. There was a moment of silence. He gently grabbed your hands, pulling them away from each other. It'll bleed. Yurichi informed you if you continue to fiddle with your fingers harshly, even though Yurichi is a man with few words, his action to make up for it. I won't ask her anymore. I'll just do it myself. I swear if I ever find out whoever the fuck it is, Yuichi thought. Even though he had a calm demeanor outside, he definitely was enraged on the inside. You're scared. Scared because you don't know what the fuck is happening. Why the fuck is this happening? And why the fuck is the characters in this game are changing? You don't even know what to do. You were beginning to question your knowledge about this world. You sniffed. Dumbass bitch dog, you're tickling me. You half complained as you threw it off. Dumbass dog stared at you before continuing to lick your toes. You started laughing because he was definitely tickling you now. Demon Killer 9000 who soon hissed at bitch-ass dog, telling him to stop. They're trying to comfort you, Yin, in their own way, Yurichi commented, and you knew that. Deep down, you were so thankful for these three. Ring, ring. Yurichi's phone rang. He then pulled it out of his pocket, and he took a peek to see who it was. He then brushed the call off and turned his phone. That seemed like an important call, he mumbled. Don't worry, it's just from a friend, he told you. Can you stay? You asked Yurichi. He stared at you. Sure, he replied. He did ignore the important phone call and a superior just to stay by your side. He sure wasn't a problem accepting you. Thank you, Yurichi. You thanked him. Dumbass dog soon turned to the listeners. Hey there, baby girls, baby boys. Your man's back. The author finally gave him some screen time. Don't worry, babes. I'll take care of you in exchange for a kiss. Just kidding. It's for free. I'll be willing to help you, but once I get some alone time with you, baby girl, baby boy, he told the listeners as he bit his lip and winked at them. Dear Kamen-sama, please give me that patience not to murder him, Chad mumbled. Meanwhile, Rui rushed inside his bedroom with a dirty box in his hands, plopping it onto his bed. He was excitedly opened it. Young master, you need to take a bath. The maid spoke. Rui turned to her and glared at her. Can't you see that I'm doing something? He spat. I know, but you're covered in dirt after all. That digging up, Rui was quick to cut her off. What? You think that you, a maid, can tell me, your master, what to do? He spoke out. The maid started trembling in fear. As Rui stood up. No, young master. I just thought that He cut her off again. He was ready to unleash his rage, but then he remembered something. Flashback. You and Rui laid on his huge king-size bed, watching a movie titled I Started Dating the Bad Boy Gangster Mafia Kidnapper with a 14-pack abs who is actually a vampire wolf hybrid, but his mother is actually half demon and half wolf, so he's vampire, half demon, wolf demon hybrid. I dated him because I thought I could change him. I wish I can change him. He has a long skull, and I want him. Just by the title, it doesn't have any rated R scenes. Oh my god. The two of you watched the male lead, Mike Hawk, talk down on his chief. You think this salmon dish tastes good, huh? It's fucking raw, you idiot. Mike Hawk shouted. Young master, that's sushi. He was cut off by him. Shut up. I don't ask for your goddamn opinion, the chief whispered as he slapped him. He's disciplining his staff. He's in the right, Rui thought. You, on the other hand, let out a gasp. Oh my god, he's the worst. How could he treat him like that? You complained. Rui turned to you. You hate those types of people, Oni-chan? He asked incidentally. Ugh, I hate them. I loathe them. Like, they don't have to treat their staff so bad. They're the absolute worst. I would cut ties with someone like that, you replied. Rui then looked down in guilt. He gritted his teeth. But that's what I do, he thought. Listen, Rui, You should never treat someone like they're below you, okay? You told him. He nodded his head. I'll keep that in mind, Oni-chan. He told you. Flashback end. He stopped himself from slapping her. Scram before I lose it, Rui threatened. The maid flinched and quickly fled. Now, where was I? He mumbled as he glanced at the dirty box. He walked towards it. He opened the box, revealing a dead and hollow body of a tarantula. I'm sure Oni-chan is going to love me more after this, he mumbled. Will brother come back? We'll have to find out. But right now, I'm not telling.